Good afternoon everyone, and welcome back to another New World video. In this video, I will discuss the best path to take after achieving level 60 New World. FOMO is a big part of games nowadays, and MMOs suffer from this in particular. The thought of being left behind is not a good feeling, and you might find yourself confused about the best path to take for character progression. There is tons to do in New World, and at the end of the day, take the path you want. However, if you are looking for an optimized guide to get your character best prepared for PvE and PvP, you found the right video. The first thing you want to focus on is getting your gear score to 600. This should be your main priority as it opens up way more content. After getting a gear score of 600, you can take part in mutated dungeons. I made a video on this not too long ago specifically for healers, but I also give a rundown of what mutations are. So if you are a healer looking to get into mutations or want a general idea of mutations, check it out. Now, the quickest way to get your gear score to 600 is by spamming the dungeon Gardens of Genesis. Genesis is the quickest dungeon out of all of the ones available and offers the best chance of getting a gear score upgrade. With a group that just hit 60 and has an idea of the dungeon layout, you can get it done in about 20 minutes or less. Don't worry if you are a new player, the dungeon is extremely linear. Within these 20 minutes, you'll probably get a few gear score bumps ranging from 5 to 10. Just keep spamming this until all of your gear, jewelry, and weapons are 600. If you are bored of Genesis and want a change of scenery, you can do Lazarus Instrumentality. Lazarus is not as fast as Genesis, but it is a change of scenery and is also quite decently fast. After killing the last boss of a dungeon, you will get a Sapphire Gypsum. Go to Ebonskill or Great Cleave and craft a Gypsum Orb with this. Stockpile these up until you are done for the day, and then use them on jewelry first, main weapon second, and side weapon third. The majority of gear score bumps will be from armor, so you do not want to spend any Gypsum on it. At the end of the day's dungeon grind, or if you want to take a break from doing dungeons, form or join a Brimstone chest run. Brimstone chests have a chance of dropping gear score upgrades, loot, and most importantly, Brimstone crafting materials. These crafting materials will be used to make tons of Brimstone Sands related gear and gems, so make sure to stock up early. As a reminder, you will collect a lot of stuff post 60, so please arrange your inventories to be neat. The last thing you want to end up is like me, with a million things in your inventory and items misplaced in every storage. Now that you've done your dungeon grind and you're doing your daily chest run, I would recommend working on a gathering skill. You will want to get all of your gathering skills to max eventually, but for now, work on the gathering skill that best suits your class. For example, if you are a heavy armor wearer, I would recommend mining, and if you are a light player, I would recommend harvesting. You want to start crafting your daily cooldowns such as Asmodium, Glittering Ebony, Runic Leather, and Phoenix Weave as soon as possible. These materials will be used in the crafting of endgame gear, so stockpiling up as soon as possible will give you a head start in the long and painful journey to crafting best in slot PvP gear. They made it extremely quick and linear to get gathering skills up. I plan on making a guide before fresh server launch, so subscribe and turn on notifications for that as well. Speaking of PvP, I would like to note that it will most likely be dry early on. Most people will be prioritizing on getting their gear score, professions, and other character needs done. However, if you have the time or if the queue for outpost rush is popping off, do 2 quick OPRs. They will grant you 1 ruby gypsum per OPR, and you can use these to upgrade the gear score of your weapons and jewelry. At this point, you should be 600 gear score. You also have the option to farm open world bosses or specific normal dungeons to get PvE and PvP gear. I won't go in too deep in this video today about this topic, but once again, check the description for the New World database for specific dungeon drops. Lastly, mutations. I spoke on this earlier, but I wanted to go back on this topic. You will spend most of your time here at level 60, so make sure you are 600 gear score by this point and have proper mutation weapons. I will link you to a website that has the most optimized weapon combos for mutations to make your run smooth, quick, and efficient. It will give you a breakdown of gear, skill trees, and literally everything you need to know about PvE, so huge shout out to M11 for providing this banger content. To give you a TLDR, get 600 gear score, do daily chest runs, focus on mutations, and work on your main class weight gathering skill, mining for heavy and harvesting for light. Thank you guys for the tremendous support over the past week. We have achieved 200 subscribers and we are looking to aim for 500 by the end of next month. If you want to stay up to date for more New World content, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. If you guys have any questions or comments about today's video, don't forget to leave a comment down below as well. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, peace baby.